Turning next to Celes, we see the counterpart to Locke's storyline, and off the back of discussing him and these regrets, I think it actually impacts her character growth quite a lot as well, because she frequently considers whether Locke is merely projecting these regrets onto her, using her as a surrogate Rachel that he can somehow save, rather than confronting the reality of his loss. So this is interesting because Celes, as a turncoat, as a interesting, confused sort of character in terms of her allegiances, it plays quite well into her insecurities, about who she is and what she stands for. Her proficiencies in the Empire contend with her humanity and morality, and much like Ketchy from Final Fantasy VI, she's outed as a spy, but due to the freedom and the sincerity and her belief in goodness of the returners and what they embody, this prompts a change of heart in her and a switch of allegiance quite permanently for this character. Now, Celes is something of a fan favourite, and I mentioned in my Freya Crescent clip when discussing Final Fantasy IX that strong female leads are quite few and far between in Square titles, particularly the earlier ones, and Celes sits firmly in the realm of Beatrix and Freya and Lightning when it comes to this strength of will, and she firmly rebukes Locke's offers of protection due to her feminine autonomy and her skills. And this is particularly stark as well when we compare her to her fellow revolutionary Terra, who is something of a nervous wreck throughout the opening stages of this game. Celes is also shown to be honour-bound and almost an obsessive samurai-esque, sort of Bushido sense of the word. And although we already have a character who's analogous to the traditional samurai in the form of Cyan, Celes shows multiple moments where she's willing to, sacrifice herself to save her friends. Most poignantly when she stabs Kefka, and also she spirits herself and Kefka away, using magic to give her friends time to escape the Magitech factory. And finally, on this note, if Cid dies in the game events, which is a variable in the game, Celes does attempt suicide by throwing herself off a cliff. And, arguably this is out of grief rather than some honour-bound seppuku sort of thing. There's still this strong sense of, honour and commitment from her to her friends and the cause